What is in the water down at Transcend? I mean, look at this and tell me.
With a straight face, this looks and feels like a stick and tin camper to you inside.
It's not often an RV catches me off guard this hard, and this one really did. Welcome, everybody. Josh, the RV Nerd, down here at Grand Design's new 2025 display, and I almost walked past this thing. I looked at it, I saw the size, and I'm like, that's Transcend. It's got to be a bunkhouse. Oh my gosh, am I glad I stepped inside of this. I have seen a lot of stick and tin rear kitchen campers over the years. I've never seen one like this. They completely reinvented the concept right here and put one of the best executed bedroom slides I think I've seen in any travel trailer, let alone, quote, just a stick and tin. There's nothing about this that is just a stick and tin. You've got, it feels like opposing slides in the living room. It's huge because they just crushed the window coverage on this. What they kind of did here is they took sort of a reflection fifth wheel living room and put a reflection bedroom slide on the front of it. And this thing is amazing. When you stand at the sink, you have a gigantic picture window in front of you, and that's amazing. Not to mention, basically the entire campsite of the RV is just pure window coverage. Next to that, below a very nicely positioned entertainment center straight across from a triple party recliner couch like a toy hauler, we have a multi-function space. It could be a mini dining bench. It could be a little laptop station. You could pull the floating bench out and use it like a little pet palace, the perfect place to keep pet dishes and whatnot out of the way so you're not tripping on them. You can use the floating ottoman as a secondary footrest cushion or something for the sofa if you wanted to. It's got the L-shaped breakfast nook, which I'm personally a big fan of. But the bedroom, king bed standard, gigantic full front closet with side-by-side washer dryer prep standard on this. And for you hot climate RVers, like by default, it's a single centralized air unit. But this is a big RV. They have options for second or third air conditioners on this. So you Texas folks can also enjoy something like this too. It's big, I get it, but it is bad. This is a bad rig right here, man. I'm really curious to see what you think about it. As we go, let me know, and I'll do my best to kind of show you what it nails, maybe what it doesn't, but overall, this thing's more positive than negative to me. I mean, you know, when I go through RVs, especially stick and tin campers, you know, wood frame, aluminum skin trailers, I'm usually excited if I really have 3 or 4 neat things to talk about. If I have, you know, if I have a half dozen things, I'm like, wow, this is going to be a good day. I have so much to cover in this, I really don't know where to begin. So I kind of want to start, like, if you walk in the door and you look to the left, this is what you're going to see right here. Right up top, we've got what I call the Tron lighting. And of course, that is dimmable if you want to dye the illuminosity down, as it were. Carpetless floor flush slide, no vents, extremely pet friendly. And again, we're going to see that this could have a positively wonderful pet palace. That's actually not even cheesy. That's just hamming it up. I almost feel dirty for what I just did there. But that big triple recliner, the middle seat does have a manual ripcord recline. You do have a central armrest. I'll fold all that down for you in a minute. But it also, the seats on the left and the right ends are power reclining wall huggers. That is awesome. Speaking of awesome, look at this kitchen. Look at this frickin' kitchen, dude. Holy cow. I love this. And what just took it way over the top for me is over there on the left, this monster picture window overlooking the sink. Growing up, visiting my grandparents, my grandmother had giant windows overlooking her sink over the backyard, and she would sit there and make us, like, you know, fresh brewed tea or something like that, and we'd just be bebopping around in the backyard having a good time. So that just always takes me back, and it hits me right in the member berries. But look at the counter space, your total cabinet capacity. I'm going to get all of this opened up for you in a few minutes here. This is absolutely awesome. The easy reach power outlets, that's one of those unsung benefits of stick-built campers. Because the walls are, in a sense, hollow, because they're not a solid laminated wall, they can put outlets in the best possible positions. And keep an eye out. You know, they did that here. The entertainment center, though, so many rear kitchens. Like, I'm going to keep spinning it to the left just to give you an idea so you don't get motion sick. Your traditional stick and tin rear kitchen, it puts the entertainment over there against that wall. And normally, the only thing you can do when you're sitting over here at your sofa is do the 90-degree neck wrecker twist and shout. But instead, on this one, what we have is one of the best, most direct-facing entertainments I think you could hope for. Now, the TV's certainly up against the ceiling, but the RV's 6.5 foot tall. It's not super duper tall, and that's a nicely sized smart TV. And I think that works very, very well. Now, I'm not always a fan of countertop level changes, but in a way, this one kind of makes sense because of the multi-functionality that you can get out of this down here. Like right now, by default, I've got that bench kind of just wedged in there and stored under there, which is where it's supposed to go. But obviously, that can slide out of there, and it creates a nice little kind of seating desk space. The cool part about that is, what if you don't care about working from the road in a laptop station? Well, you pop that out of there, and we have what I call the perfect little pet palace. I mean, that is a nice big open bank where you could use it for tote storage. You could, you could have a little dog crate down there. You could have pet dishes, a variety. Like, there's a number of different ways that you can use that. But I also really like over there on the left, they legit gave it office drawers. But then when we start opening all the storage, you start to realize how much extra effort was applied here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 of these big time extension plywood box drawers in here. Down below, in case you're curious, that's your converter fuse panel. If you think about its location, one, I love that in a stick and tin camper, they had the wherewithal to kind of hide it and just give it some pretty aesthetics. And I love how brands like Transcend and even like Salem and Wildwood, they're really kind of proving that a stick and tin camper doesn't have to look like a cheap basic box. You know, it can still look nice. There was one thing that was a little weird over here, because if you think about this rear corner, you can't really get to the storage. There's a miniature outdoor camp kitchen back there. Allow me to slide this drawer slightly out of the way. They have a kind of enclosed spice rack behind that door, which, hey, at least then the stuff won't fall down on the ground or the floor, while you're bouncing around in transit. I'm okay with that. This upper cabinet could be a little bit awkward. It does kind of go around the corner. And I saw this, it looks like light shining up from the wood below. It's actually, what you're seeing is a little bit of light coming into the cabinet that, the rest of it's shadow space. But it looks like there's a problem there, but I felt all around there. There's not. I get it, though. If you don't believe me, come see it in person. That's fine. Electric air fryer convection oven over here. We also have some very solid pantry space going on. I think, if I'm reading this floor plan correctly, that pantry over there is going to be one of the only things that isn't like completely functional and readily available in transit road mode. I think everything else is going to suit us just fine. Look at all this crazy storage space. And if we didn't already have a wastebasket included, I would say that could make a perfect 1-2 punch combo place for a few small wastebaskets. But again, there's really no need for that. And regarding pet-friendly features, most of your Transcend models include some place like this, a little pet dish drawer. But as I've demonstrated, they don't have to sit in the drawer. If you don't want them slopping water inside a wooden drawer, I don't think I would. You can always just pop those things out. Hey, again, put them under the desk. That is a 10 plus cubic foot variety, 12-volt compressor fridge here. One of the things I like about these is they cool so quickly. So especially when a refrigerator is mounted in a slide like this, you can actually have normal ice cream instead of having to deal with like ice cream soup. Now remember that little bench that we looked at earlier? It can do so much more than be like just a little, desk bench kind of space. It's got storage and it pops right up. If it, I don't know that I would set a glass of drinking water on there, obviously, because it's a padded top. But if you want to set a dinner plate on it, I think that could work. And I need to offer a quick correction here. So the left and right sides, those are power theater recliners, which is crazy rare. So many big, high money fifth wheels don't have power recliners. The center section is a fold-down armrest console USB plug combo thing. Oh, I love that they put USB plugs there. Because if you look at the power recliners, the button has a USB plug in the middle of it, and that sucks. That's a thigh buster. It's so nice having USB plugs in the middle of that. But I said that the middle section reclines. Unless I'm missing it, I'm not finding the ripcord for that. So that does not. You do also have just Both sides of the RV have amazing window coverage, awesome, awesome airflow. Little extra nugget of storage up there. I should have probably popped that open before we got to this point. But that floating bench, we're still not done with this. Obviously, that if you want to, like, hey, I want to have 4 people playing a game of cards or something, it still can function that way. And remember, I was talking about the option for pet palace and pet dishes. Well, again, it's an amazing space for that. And I suppose if you put the bench in hot dog style instead of hamburger style, somehow that makes sense to me when I say it out loud. You could saddle straddle it if that's more your preference. Now, both sides of that bench have doors to access the storage under it, like you're seeing there. And again, just a quick look at the storage above hand. Now, maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see where this little L-shaped breakfast nook folds down into a sleeper. The good news, there's a potential solution for that. And it comes in the form of the very limited number of options available on this floor plan right here. So if you want to, instead of that, you can actually option in a tri-fold sleeper sofa. So you can have the big triple recliner, well, double recliner, triple seater. I got to get that right in my head. I keep saying that wrong. Or, and rather, a hide-a-bed. I would be curious. Would you rather leave the breakfast nook in it? Or would you go with the hide-a-bed? Like, I'm kind of torn, but I think I like it a little bit better this way. But then again, if you're like, yeah, but where do I eat? Well, if there is only 2 of you, you also kind of always have the dining bar over here. But if you're going to get a hide-a-bed, there's going to be more than 2 of you. So I feel like I'm getting myself locked down by paralysis by analysis. Just let me know which way you'd rather go with it. And regarding options, there's only a few other options available on this. This is standard 50 amp. Up in the bedroom, if you want to add a second air, you can. And here in the kitchen, in that vent right there, you can also add a third air conditioner. And the way that it'll work is your standard air conditioner centralized through the whole RV. Your bedroom air and your kitchen air would be direct dump air conditioners into those individual rooms. And that system makes a lot of sense to me. That will be extremely powerful and efficient through this camper. Just to give you a frame of reference, if you sit over here at the little breakfast nook, this is what it looks like. Good Lord. Tell me this thing doesn't feel like it has opposing slides, even though it's only one living slide. Those giant windows really, really help us here. I will also tell you, this bench, this L bench, is not nearly as comfortable as that theater sofa. So if you are going to sit one place, it's definitely going to be there. Here's another thing somebody might ask. What about an oven? Like I mentioned, it has the electric air fryer, convection oven, microwave combo. Propane oven, though, not available. The Transcend just does not do propane ovens. And you know what I don't do a lot of? I want to actually mention, you know what? I don't want to do this. I was going to close the slide live in real time, but it can make the lights flicker when I do that, and I don't want to hurt anybody's like sensitivities. I know we have some photosensitive viewers out there, and I don't want to give you a migraine or a worse health condition, you know. But with this slide closed, look at this. The breakfast nook is not affected whatsoever. Your countertop, your sink, your convection air fryer microwave oven, your refrigerator, your stovetop, those are all available. You do kind of lose the pantry, but as long as you pack smart, you can work with that and you can work your way around that. As far as travel access goes and rear kitchens, it's one of the best I've seen in an RV over 30 feet anyway. And here's a look at it from the other direction. I want to mention again, I was going to demo the dimmer lighting, but again, when they dim on camera, they flicker. And they don't flicker in real life, not to the naked human eye anyway. But on camera, it can be uncomfortable, problematic for some folks. The bathroom here, again, it's like they took the bedroom and bathroom straight out of a reflection fifth wheel. This is pretty awesome. Actually, I think the bedroom is bigger than what you often run into in most reflection fifth wheels. And I mean, like, look at this. When's the last time you saw a stick-built camper give you this kind of well-detailed bathroom storage? How many times have you heard me say, I wish a manufacturer didn't put a shelf all the way under the bathroom sink and that they left one side open for a wastebasket? And Transcend is over here just killing it, just putting up 10s across the board. Fantastic space around the porcelain foot flush toilet as well. I also personally prefer a towel bar over an Octopus Fight Club towel hooks, and look what they did here. Transcend is 6.5 foot tall. So if you are a little bit taller than the average bear like me, you might notice how my head is in the skylight like a hat. and it's not a hat that I enjoy wearing. I don't think I look good in hats usually, but you get the idea. That's one of the only things that I have on this RV. That and just the physical size of it makes it difficult for some people to move around. But this bedroom is amazing. It is. Again, I am a professional looker-atter of RVs. For me to walk into an RV and just see like a traditional bedroom side and to go, whoa, like they surprised me in what they did here. They have put more effort and detail work into this bedroom than I've seen in so many much higher dollar fifth wheels. So where do I begin? Up top. Again, we are 50 amp service standard. You can add the second bedroom air from the, I think from the factory. If not, definitely aftermarket. No problem. Sound like Rain Man. Definitely aftermarket. Yeah. Up front here, it's super big and deep.
Phrasing.
Well, they added some shelving there, which didn't cost much. It's nothing fancy, but now you got like a place to keep all your shoes organized. Around the corner over here, you see that you can get, like if you want to put you can put a washer on this side. You'll see that you could put a dryer on the other. It is just a full 8-foot wide hanging space. And because they actually managed to maintain a full front pass-through cavity, they've created a shelf down here instead of the floor that's much easier for you to get to. But again, I just want to kind of point out that you are set up and ready for side-by-side washer dryer in here. I also took the liberty of just kind of pretending I was going to do a chin-up pull-up on that bar right there. Not that I would totally do that because my hefty weight, I'd rip that sucker right out of the ceiling. But it's solid. They actually, like, you can actually really load that up with clothes. And then just little stuff like this. It doesn't seem like the world's biggest deal, but giving you a place to put yesterday's clothes now that it's today, so few RVs do that. And when I see that, I look at it and I go, why is it so uncommon, you know? Plus, you have all this going on over here. What do we have? 7? 4 big, 3 smaller dresser drawers. Now I've kind of done a stacked opening here. They all open the same depth like you see on the very end, but it's all plywood constructed. They're not using particle boards. They have magnet catches and holdbacks on all these things. And again, we have an RV king standard here. So like a 70 by 80 king standard in this thing. And this is the first time I've lifted this. They're also including it looks like 2 foot by 4 foot picnic table in here. That's what's in that brown box. So to give you a size reference, that's bigger than 2 feet by 4 feet storage space under here. And you can see how it's compartmentalized. So the storage that you have outside doesn't bleed to the storage inside. Real quick, look up here at the headboard. It's a king bed with side stands. We've got a little alarm clock over there. Look at the stupidest little detail that I love though. Actually including cup holders in this thing right here. That is just, oops, I bumped the bed. That I accidentally leaned on it with my fat butt. Including a cup holder beside the bed, that is so handy. I love having a water bottle next to me at night. And I know my brother likes to have a barley pop bottle next to him at night. And you don't know which brother that is, and neither do they. So I can say that, and they're not going to be none the wiser. Just the decorative headboard looks great. The USB plugs are amazing. But still, cross breeze windows across the bed, full storage above? I just noticed this too. They also kind of compartmentalized your left and right cabinet so that your stuff up here doesn't slip slide all over the place. Oh my gosh. I had not opened all this. There's, again, more detail in this than I expect. That is a way bigger closet, by the way, than I was also expecting. I saw the cabinet doors. I was thinking it's going to be thin little shelves. No, it's not. Like, look at the depth of this drawer. That's how deep that closet is. So even if you put in a washer and dryer, you still have very respectable closet space. This has better closet space than I've seen fifth wheels over $80,000 that don't have this kind of closet space. This is awesome. I am shocked at how much I like this thing. And how crazy is the difference between the slide open and closed. But really, I think this RV's only real disadvantage is just its greatest strength. And that's basically just its size. The sheer size of this for my personal comfort levels, knocks it out of the concept of half-ton towability. I think that this is probably an RV that would just be absolutely amazing at something like a seasonal site. And there's nothing that says you couldn't tow it around, but it's the sort of RV that I look at and I think I would take this to a park, or I would just pay a transporter to take it to a park and not even have to, like I drive a Ford Maverick. It is not going to be suited for towing one of these. I think if I had a Ford Maverick pulling and one pushing, I'm not sure it would do the job. But, you know, I would just pay a guy a couple $100 to deliver it to my site for me and I'd use it there. Like that's how I would go about this. Now in that really weird L-shaped rear kitchen counter space, well, the kitchen's fine, but it's weird under it. You can't get to it. They utilized it outside by kind of giving us a sort of inside outside kitchenette. But also when I back up here, notice how it's nicely enclosed under the power awning. Now, when we are up front looking at the RV, the awning looks small, doesn't it? Because the RV is huge. When we're in the back looking at it, the awning looks huge, doesn't it? Because it is. It's just got an extremely long sidewall, and one awning is not going to cover all those. I do want to mention real quick, we actually do have a stovetop vent hood out there to get that hot cooking air out of this thing. Now, of course, down below, you know, for your griddle station, you do have the gas grill hookerator, as it were, coming off the side. The underbelly, it is enclosed. It is forced air heated. These carry a pretty solid extended season capability. This is our freshwater inlet, just because the other side of the RV is slides. They didn't have the ability to put it over on the driver's side, little cold water sprayer port. You also do have outside TV hookups, and kind of like we have the potential for the pet palace inside in that desk area. You've also got the little, you know, pet tie down / bottle opener. But you know what else this is really handy for? Garbage bags. If you've ever camped, when you're outside, you know that it's really handy to have a place outside to handle your garbage, right? Well, those little hooks are perfect for that. And I'm going to start walking straight to the right and start looking at all of the window coverage this thing has, remembering that the entry door has a window and the entry door is actually covering up yet another window there. The whole flippin' campsite of this thing is nothing but window coverage. But for some reason, when you stand just on the outside looking at it, you don't quite perceive it that way, but when you sit inside, you very obviously do. Now, they have stuck with the retro metal on these. That's the, and really Transcend has pretty much always done that, but that's that smoother looking aluminum skin. What's cool about it is that it's actually thicker and more like impact and dent resistant than conventional aluminum. Now, they use the conventional aluminum on the Transcend Explorer, the little brother that you're looking at over there. But those are intentionally built with lower budgets. You know, this is not the least expensive stick and tin series that you will ever encounter in your lifetime. This floor plan though, man, I'll be shocked if somebody doesn't end up copying this layout. This is really, really sharp. I love all the slide side breeze windows. They really nailed that. They've maintained with a full front closet and washer dryer prep. And this is one of the very few times I can literally count on one hand the number of floor plans that give me a full front closet with a bed slide and a travel trailer and still maintain a full pass-through storage. That's an exceptionally rare quality that is so extremely useful. Like if you look at so many front kitchen, front bed slide travel trailers, they have two things for outside storage. They have jack and they have squat. And this is not one of those. Plus, we also have the storage under the headboard of the bed, which I forgot to open. I'm hoping it's unlocked, and ooh, we got lucky today. So that right there is big enough you could fit 4 or 5 bodies in there. Just depends on how you cut them.
And it's awesome.
So in case you're curious about that, mystery voice, that was Mr. Eric, who's the Grand Design Imagine product manager. And he actually saw this floor plan. He and I were looking at it, and he's like, this thing really is pretty awesome. So who knows? Maybe he'll come up with some kind of version of this in a laminated format, but I haven't seen that yet. Single sewer outlet. Wait a minute. No, I don't know if that's true. Hold on. Nope, this is a dual sewer outlet. Sorry, I spoke too soon. So we've got our bathroom black and gray between the slides. Back here by your tankless on-demand water heater, that's also where you have your kitchen gray outlet there as well. Up top on the roof, they have a basic battery tending solar package, and it is a walkable roof. It's just ladder prepped, doesn't have a factory ladder. And does that look like there's storm clouds coming into you? This looks like the scene in The Wizard of Oz right before they squish a witch with a house. Speaking of Wizard of Oz, I'm still waiting to hear back from my audition for the Lollipop Guild. I mean, I think I nailed it. Listen to this. We belong to the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. Maybe that's why I didn't get the part. So what do you think, guys? Like, that is not just another stick and tin, right? Not just another rear kitchen, right? I mean, am I wrong? Let me know. Maybe I'm totally off base here. But I'm telling you, I see RVs all day, every day. And I don't see them all, but man, I see thousands of them every year. This one totally fooled me. When I walked in, I did not expect it to be what it is, nor did I expect to like it the way that I do. I think its only downside is it's just that it's big. Other than that, this thing is awesome for me. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think about it? So I'll leave you links in the description to double check MSRP and availability. And short of that, when you're ready, we're ready. We'd love to work with you. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.